Hello, it is Sunday, July 14th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday crossword, which means we're going to be solving a big jumbo grid today, a themed puzzle with a title, It Goes Both Ways. That certainly sounds like the name of a themed puzzle. Maybe we have palindromes, we have backwards words in some fashion. I don't know. We're going to find out. And we're going to find out courtesy of Alex, Kathleen Quinn, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster, the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler, and a new supreme benefactor. Thank you so much and welcome to the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you, Charlie, for signing up as a supreme benefactor of the channel. I really do appreciate it, and the efforts of those 5 folks really do make this series possible. Thank you so much to them. Thanks to everybody who supports the channel in any capacity, and a special welcome and thank you to Charlie Paget, the indefinable Charlie Paget, who didn't select a sort of adjective there, so I picked one. Hopefully that's okay, but do get in contact with me if not. And thank you so much for your contribution. And if you'd like to sign up for the Patreon campaign yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find all of the bonus videos available to patrons, such as this week's mini puzzle pseudo speed solve. Thank you to everybody who has signed up. And thanks as well if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. That's a big help. And there's also that Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join, a nice friendly chat community, also linked in the description field. And now, having said all of that, let's get on to the crossword, which has been constructed by an extremely experienced crossword constructor, Jeff Chen, who's constructed more than 150 puzzles for the New York Times. It's a Sunday puzzle, as I mentioned, so it has a title. It goes both ways. It will have a theme. It's edited, once again, by Joel Faliano. Let's start solving. All right, J-Lo or J-Law? Actress, maybe? I mean, J-Lo obviously is most famous as a singer, but I think this is Jennifer Lawrence, presumably. And then this is Jennifer Lopez, of course. So let's try that and see if it works. I mean, they certainly both are actors. I don't know. Character's development path. Yeah, character arc. Okay, that's looking good. Certain flat screen for short. CRT TV? Seems very unlikely. I mean, no, CRT, I guess, definitionally isn't a flat screen. Did we have flat screen CRTs? I don't think so. I don't think that was possible. I'm not sure what that is. Aid in recovering a lost pet. Tag something? I'm not sure. Don't freak out. Relax something? Relax. Bear with him, Brutus. Blank his fashion. I think actress might be wrong, because I want this to be, bear with him, Brutus, 'tis his fashion. Cassius. Don't know what this is then. What about this one? Idyllic spot for 2. Idyllic spot for 2. I don't know. I mean, a date is what's coming to mind, but that's not really a spot. That's an arrangement or a meeting or an event. Try again from the top. Redo. Try again from the top. Yeah, try it again from the top. Redo it. Yeah, okay, that works. What about this? Harmful algal blooms. Oh, red something? Oh, plural. Oh, red tides. Yes, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was sort of thinking of, I think, and trying to scrabble my way towards. So what's the idyllic spot for 2? Oh, an Eden, maybe. For 2 in the sense of Adam and Eve, maybe? That's plausible. An idyllic spot, a sort of, idealized perfect place. Rock group clashes over album art, ? And in italics. So this is certainly a theme clue. Rock group clashes over album art. Creased something, a sort of creased album cover. I don't think that's right. Certain flats. Oh, right. Yeah, we can look at this again. An LED TV, maybe? light emitting diode television. A-lister. A-lister, a celebrity. That's what this will be. Okay. Yes. So it was probably intentional that they're each known for different entertainment forms, principally, um, to make the A-lister idea broader, which I think is good. Aid in recovering a lost pet. Okay, so yes, this is ID tags. Okay, good. This is definitely right. All right, don't freak out. Stop something. Oh, CD. Rock group classes over album art. So CD. Oh, is it a headline? So CD2. No. Maybe this isn't tags because this looks a bit odd. No, this is not tags. Okay, never mind. Veni vidi vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Goes the famous phrase. So what is the aid in recovering a lost pet? ID. Oh, chip. Yes, you can have a pet implanted with a chip. That's what it is. So, CD case. So the CD case would have the album art. So CD case. Oh, it is going to be a palindrome because it'll end with ACDC. Yeah. Okay. So it's CDCASED. So CD case divides. There we go. CD case divides ACDC. And that's a palindrome. Wow. Okay. That's impressive. So all of these italicized clues are going to be palindromes. In other words, they'll read identically from starting from either direction. That's very impressive. Okay, good. Well, we understand how the theme works now. It goes both ways. It's sort of just what you'd think from the title, really. Possessive in the Lord's Prayer. Right, so thy is in, from thy bounty, for instance, your. Okay, don't freak out. Stay calm. Yep, straightforward enough. Humble post-game summary from an Indiana basketball player. Okay. Well, we can immediately end with AP because it's a palindrome. So it will end the reverse of the way it begins. So the problem is I don't know. Oh, I bet it'll end with recap. It's a post-game summary, a recap. So it'll start with Pacer. Okay, so it must be the Indiana Pacers, I guess. Pacer. Ooh, I don't know. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure where to go from there, but I'm enjoying this theme so far. RN's assignment, maybe. Oh, ICU, the intensive care unit. Celebration whose name literally means taro leaf. Luau? Is that the case? I don't know. I didn't know that if so, but that's an interesting fact if it is. A person, each, right. Say 5 a person, 5 each. Inventor who wrote Cubed, the puzzle of us all. Rubik, Ernst Rubik, who invented is it Erno Rubik? I think it might be Erno Rubik who invented the Rubik's Cube. But anyway, that'll be the answer, Rubik, of the famous puzzle cube. Secret celebrity renovation error. Haven't heard of that, but it must be aired on CBS in the United States. Show that spawned MacGruber for short. Right, this is SNL. MacGruber, I believe, is I've seen at least one of these. It's a spoof of MacGyver, I think late 80s, early 90s sort of adventure show in which the character is constantly getting himself out of scrapes with improvised gadgets and things. Doohickey is a thingy, maybe like one that MacGyver or MacGruber might devise, although I don't think MacGruber ever successfully did that. Monotony is torpor, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know that I'd necessarily use those synonymously, so there might be a better example. Aha, and here we have another palindrome. Slangy request to a German to play it cool. So we can end in LK. So is it going to be Klaus? Maybe we're addressing the request to Klaus. I'm just trying to think of a generic German name that would start with KL. Let's just see if that works over here. That doesn't look as convincing. Maybe I'll delete that. What about these? Mad about. If you're mad about something, you're gaga about it, you're sort of over the moon about it, you're really into it. Chinese dollar, the yuan, is it a dollar? Chinese dollar. It's an odd way to phrase that. Does it just mean Chinese currency, or is there a sort of meaning to that I don't understand? Do they call it? I don't know. I think it must be the yuan, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know the specific implication of dollar being used here as opposed to currency, but I think that must be the case. So this is all right. This is maybe what I thought it was going to be. So what? So it'll be Klaus then, right? Surely. So slangy request to a German to play it cool. Is there another name that doesn't have an S here? Well, I just don't see how this is going to end. I'm sure it'll seem obvious in retrospect. But at the moment, I'm confused. Let's look at this. Indian honorific. All right, okay. So that'll be Shri, I suspect. All right, so this probably is an S. What about this one? Basics, ABCs maybe? This doesn't look like anything to me. Is this going to be Garbo, Greta Garbo? Greta of Grand Hotel, there we go. Yes, Greta Garbo, the great actor. Blank Felton, title detective of the Puzzle Lady Mysteries. This I do not recognize. What is this? Slangy request to a... Maybe it's just slang that I don't know. Slangy request to a German to play it cool. Klaus act casual. K. Ah, my God. Okay. It's Klaus act casual. K, as in okay. All right, that is completely ludicrous, but fine. You got me. There we go. That's what it is. That's why it ends in this strange way that looked inexplicable to me. Okay, well there we go. We have it. We can move on. Right, Cora, Coco, maybe, I don't know. Stop it. Do not know. Abbreviation after series, etc. So you list a few in a series and then etc. for the rest. Drinks accompanying finger sandwiches. Those are typically served with afternoon tea. So teas could be the drinks accompanying finger sandwiches. Overly agreeable sort. A yes man, probably. I think that'll be right. Word with high or secret. High society or secret society are both phrases. Blank Blancos, nickname for soccer's Real Madrid. Presumably Los Blancos. Seems pretty likely. And to's counterpart. You could say to and fro, here and there, and near and far, that kind of thing. Knighted Guinness, probably Alec Guinness, the great actor. So we have several actors in this puzzle, both in clues and answers so far. Stop it is desist, maybe. If you're ordered to desist, you're ordered to stop it, effectively. And its sound is mimicked with coconut shells in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That would be the sound of a steed clopping along on the ground. Horse. Pairs are duos, I would think. And a brisket cooker is a smoker, for used to smoke meat. Brisket in that case. Japanese dog breed. Akita is a Japanese dog breed. I think it's Akita. Unfairly enticed is led on. If you led someone on, you sort of unfairly enticed them, you could say. Comment that breaks the fourth wall would be an aside, so sort of deliver a line, maybe sotto voce to the audience, breaking the fourth wall that separates the audience from the dramatic production. And Krispy Kreme, here's a donut store chain, which I've seen at least one of here in the UK, so it is somewhat international. The Great Gatsby antagonist, Tom, there we go, that's Daisy's husband. Early invader of Britain would be a Dane for centuries. The Danes invaded the island of Great Britain, from which we have the the period of the Danelaw, for instance. Forms from a mold would be, don't know. Forms from a mold. If you form someone from a mold, you form something from a mold, like a cake maybe. I can't think what it is. What about, oh, this is that person. This is the title detective. Okay. Place with swinging doors, stereotypically. A saloon, like a Old West saloon with swinging doors that someone casually bangs through. So this could be Cora. Cora Felton. I mean, it sounds like a plausible name. I don't really know what that means exactly. Oh, right. Here's a palindrome, so we can start writing this in. So we have CINA. What happened when the bus went sideways? Panic? Something panic? Oh, so, yeah, in a panic. What happened when the bus went sideways? The bust. So, I mean, I assume this means bust in the sense of a raid. But I'm not sure what the answer is. Well, actually, let's just say this is R for Cora, because that does seem likely now. We can put an R here. Does that help? Not really, unfortunately for me anyway. In the style of is Allah, there we go, from the French. So, I don't know. In a panic. Conventions. Norms? As in expectations or social mores. Oh, narc in a panic ran, right? Okay. So I do have to remember that because these are palindromes, they're going to be fairly, stretched. They're going to be a little bit unusual as phrases in order to fit this constraint. So I shouldn't be expecting ordinary idiomatic phrases. So here we go. Narc in a panic ran is what happened when the bus went sideways. So the narcotics officer, panicked and ran. There we go. Very good. I mean, these are pretty impressive. All right, here we have a doohickey. I don't know. We had a thingy over here. Oh, which is clued identically a doohickey. But I don't know what this one is. Okay, the gloves are off. All in, or I'm... not sure. Top score in a dunk contest. 10? I don't know. It's just sort of a round number that would fit in here. Many a dad joke is a pun. Okay, well, there we go. Oh, so it probably is 10, but I just realized we've got some extra letters we can put in here. So E can go here. So humble postgame summary from an Indiana basketball player. Pacers selfless recap? Yes, because it's humble, so it's selfless. Okay. There we go. Pacers selfless recap. There we go. A humble postgame summary. Google search results are sites, websites. That's pretty straightforward. It's not contest, actually. I think it's contests, as in argues or fights for, vies. Picked up on. If one picked up on something, one noticed it. So there we go. They might hang around the house during the holidays. Icicles, right. Literally would hang off the eaves of a house, for instance, frozen. Icicles. Brief could be an adjective, or it could be a noun. Oh, or it could be a verb. To brief someone could be to inform them, maybe. Actually, it might be that, because in the buff is nude. And then activist Hampton of the Black Panthers. Ooh, I wish I knew this offhand, but I can't. I don't. That's a shame. International alliance that includes Canada and Costa Rica. Is it the Organization of American States, the OAS? Pioneer and Color TV, RCA, probably. Keyboard shortcuts are macros, right? Okay. Well, you don't really hear that used very often anymore for keyboard shortcuts. The only thing I've really seen that used for in recent years, outside of, I guess, specific professional contexts, is image macros, but I think people just say memes now, and have done for a while. Brief is inform. I was right about that. So, oh, Fred Hampton. Okay, that's vaguely familiar, but I can't say that I would have been able to pull it out of my head. Liqueur sharing its name with an island is Curacao. There we go. It is indeed an island and a liqueur, frequently used in tiki drinks. Nose wrinklers are odors. There we go. You might wrinkle your nose at a disturbing odor. And cartoonist chast. This is, I think, of the New Yorker, Roz Chast. I can't remember if it's spelled with a Z or an S, but oh, here we go. Foe of the Bolsheviks would be a czar. So there we go, referring to the revolution. So czar spelled in this, I think, slightly, probably less agreed upon transliteration instead of TSAR. But there we go. You do sometimes see czar spelled this way. And cartoonist chast, there we go. It was Roz with a Z. Okay. So cute is adorable. Use DraftKings or FanDuel. These are betting sites, sports betting, presumably. And then you might go for a spin in one, a tutu, right? So you spin in the sense of a ballet spin. All right, version shown at the movie theater. The final cut of a film would be the one that actually ends up being released to cinemas. So there we go. Target of a seasonal shot, seasonal flu. It's targeted each year with a unique jab, a unique vaccine for that. Actor Somerhalder. Right, more actors. But I don't recognize this one. Ira, maybe? Ian? I don't know. Nobel honoree, a laureate, a Nobel laureate, someone who's won a Nobel Prize. And biblical preposition, unto is an unto you. That's probably the case. So actor Somerhalder, Ian, okay. And common allergen is a nut. Yeah, I guess that is one of the more common things to which people are allergic. Like one preferring platonic relationships informally would be aro for aromantic, so non-romantic. And there we have it. We'll move on to doohickey. What is that? I don't know. Okay, the gloves are off. Yeah, okay, I've looked at those, didn't have them. Diadem look-alike. Right, okay, so that, like a tiara, a sort of, like a crown, but less complete. It doesn't. It's not a full ring, and it's usually smaller. Okay, afterburn, or maybe a diadem is a full ring actually, but it's thinner than a crown. I think that might be the case. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. Afterburner is what? Oh, it's not an afterburner like a jet's afterburner. It's afterburner, and it's a pun. So maybe it's a suffix that goes on the word burner? Burner, phone, burner, yeah, I don't know. Oops. Doohickey. I still don't see what this is. I keep thinking of atom, but I don't see how that's relevant at all. Director Burton, Tim Burton. Wow, quite a few sort of film-related people, actors, and in this case, a director. Buffalo hockey player. I don't know. Big brand in the frozen aisle, or Ida, probably, referring to Oregon and Idaho, from which presumably the frozen produce sold by this brand derives. Okay, the gloves are off. Oh, it's on. That's what it is. Should have gotten that one more quickly. Oh, a doohickey is an item. It's not an atom. It's an item, obviously. There we go. Didn't see it. Afterburner, ember. Right, okay. An ember is, the sort of smoldering remains of a fire. So it's an afterburner. That's a clever pun. I haven't seen that one before. Buffalo hockey player, Saber, maybe? Buffalo Sabres? I don't know it, but could be the case. Having mucho dinero. Yeah, okay, so rico, so rich in Spanish. There we go. Having lots of money. And then, presumably, this is an E, monotony, a tedium. Yeah, okay, there we go. Much better than torpor, a much better fit. Okay. Money paid for a hand. In poker, say, might be the ante. You ante into the game, and then you're dealt a hand. You're out of luck, my friend. Actually, this could be out of or outa. Outa actually maybe looks more likely because an F after a P would be unlikely, I think. Early polytheists, pagans, I guess. assume that's the case. It's vague, but I assume it's the case. ABA members. So this is I think the American Board Association for Lawyers. Yes, and the abbreviation would be ATT for attorney. So there we go. And of course, it tells us it's an abbreviation. I don't even know that it necessarily needs to specify that it's an abbreviation because we've already abbreviated ABA there. But anyway, it says so just in case. Fashionable NYC fundraiser, the Met Gala, which is covered each year in the sort of site of high fashion. Fighting, if two people are fighting, they're at it. Muscle worked by a pull-down machine, for short, would be lateralis muscles, I think. Anyway, I'm sure it's lat one way or another. Shapiro of NPR, Ari Shapiro is a radio host on National Public Radio in the U.S. And a creator of the 1980 video game Adventure is Atari, the classic video game developer and publisher. Guts are innards of a creature. Oh, and here's another, yes, this is a palindrome, so we can fill in, actually, right, we have the middle palindrome, but we can put the S in over here. So headline regarding a children's author controversy. No, never mind. I was going to say maybe author's name in a scrap or something, but that wouldn't fit. It doesn't fit. Okay, we'll have to come back to it. I don't have enough to go on just yet. Origami, e.g., is an art, the art of sort of creative paper folding. First name in soul, probably Otis Redding. So we've got multiple singers now in here as well. Calf-length dress, a midi dress. Singer Dua Lipa. There we go, another singer. Okay, so quite a few entertainers, I suppose, across the board today. Forms from a mold. Oh, and actually I can put some more palindrome letters in. So we have U, S, and S here. So what? Oh, Seuss. It's Dr. Seuss is probably the children's author. So Seuss. And I can fill that in, of course, at the end. Issues are probably the controversy issues. So we can put that here. Seuss igniting issues. There we go. Wow, okay. That's interesting that the word igniting is almost a palindrome. It's just a palindrome if you stick an I at the end. That wouldn't have occurred to me. That's just kind of interesting on its own to me a little bit. It's maybe not the most flattering thing, but I find that interesting. But there we go. Seuss igniting issues. There we have it. So I think we've probably got one more of those in 118 across, I'm guessing. But anyway, here we have covert blank, probably covert ops, sort of secret operations. And Nabisco treat with ice cream and cookies. Is it an Oreo something? Is it some kind of Oreo, frozen Oreo thing? I don't know. We haven't seen Oreo all that recently, that frequently in the crossword recently, actually. So maybe it is. That's Gotta Hurt could be ooh, maybe, and that would allow this to be Oreo. I bet it's going to be. Invent inspiring many TikTok proposals. Prom, maybe? I'm not aware of this meme or trend, but I bet it's the high school dance prom. I bet that's what this is referring to. Unlike a shamrock. Oh, it's going to be 4-leaf. So here we have That's Gotta Hurt, which is oof. And then we have Unlike a Shamrock, 4-leaf. There we go. Because a shamrock has 3 leaves, right? Okay, so here we have flavor enhancer for short is MSG, monosodium glutamate. Used in various culinary contexts, and then player in a baseball stadium, an organist, right? So baseball stadiums sort of classically have an organ and an organ player, although I bet these days it's more frequently a recording. Garment worn with a choli, a sari, there we go, the official wrapped garment of the New York Times crossword, the sari. Never go too long without putting that in the grid. Barbecue coating could be a rub, like a meat rub. And then to harden to something, either physically or emotionally, you could inure yourself to it. Groundbreaking vet legislation of 1944, the GI Bill that sent many military veterans to university in the US. Voice-activated order for cabbage or soda bread. Right, okay, so this can end with IRI, and then we can put an R here. So, okay, so what is this? Oh, okay, so cabbage and soda bread are both sort of stereotypically associated with Irish cuisine, so we can put that there. Oh, and is it Siri? Is it representing? Yes, it is. I put these in the wrong order. HS. So Siri is the voice-activated sort of AI person. So Irish order, no, order's in the clue. Voice-activated order for cabbage or soda bread. Irish. I don't know. I'm not quite seeing that. I'm on the right track, I'm sure, but I can't close it out. Bird with 4 WNBA titles. There we go. Right. Sue Bird, which I did learn from a previous crossword, which tends to be how it goes for me with the sports clues. But I was informed by commenters at the time, no relation to Larry Bird. Okay, QVC alternative. Home Shopping Network. QVC is one of those television channels from which you can order mail order products. Hard to pin down, elusive. Oh, right, this isn't innards. That's surprising. Okay. So elusive. So what is this? Guts. So maybe it's not guts as in literal sort of entrails, but maybe it's guts as in courage, or I don't know. Pair in a telescope. So a telescope could have a pair of lenses. And the way things are going, not sure. Cry uncle. To cry uncle is to give, to concede, to admit defeat. Rile up. To agitate is to rile people up. So what's this? Guts. Oh, insides. Okay, so my original interpretation was correct. I just had the wrong word. So anyway, we can put a DI here. So Irish. Oh, something dish, an Irish dish of some kind. Irish cabbage or soda bread. The way things are going. Oh, as is. Irish side dish. There we go. Irish side dish Siri. There we go. So you're requesting a side dish, maybe cabbage or soda bread, from your phone AI, which presumably, I guess, is connected to the restaurant's ordering system. Not exactly sure how that works. Maybe you're asking for a recipe. Anyway, airport, but I'm not actually quibbling with this, just to be clear. I'm just thinking it through comically. Airport area is a gate within an airport concourse. And devices that often get swiped are iPads, right? Okay, because they could get stolen, but obviously they could also be the screen itself is swiped, and that's what's being referred to. Sucker is a sap, so a patsy, a gullible person on whom something is blamed. Skinny pieces of clothing are ties. You could have a skinny tie. Presumably that's the answer. Son of Isaac and Rebecca is Esau, who I'd certainly at least recognize as a biblical name generally, so I suspect this is the answer. Mammal seen in Monterey Bay. A sea lion or a sea horse, maybe? I don't know. Mammal. Oof, I don't remember which sea creatures are mammals. Okay, let's keep going. So, I remember some of them, but I'm not sure in this case. Subjects of many evening photographs. Sunsets. There we go. Snookums. Hun. Just a term of endearment. Oh, sea otter. There we go. That'll be what it is. Sea otter is a mammal seen in Monterey Bay. I believe that. Okay, so forms from a mold. Die casts. Right, okay. Like die cast, iron or something from a mold. Okay. Post-workout feeling. Ache. You could ache from a workout. Progressive competitor. I assume this is a brand name. Progressive. I'm not sure what specific company it is. Certain Muslim, a Shiite Muslim. There we go. So, A great or snowy bird as an egret, so great egret or snowy egret, and then progressive competitor AIG. So that'll be Progressive Insurance Company, I think, because AIG, I believe, is a large insurance company. So there we go. Okay. We'll move on to femur to tibia connector for short. Is that the ACL, the anterior cruciate ligament, famed injury site for athletes? And then Nabisco treat with ice cream and cookies is Oreo. Is it an Oreo cone? I've never actually heard of that deployment of the Oreo, I don't think. But there we go. It's a new way, potentially new to me, way to get Oreo, the official snack cookie of the New York Times crossword, into the grid. Java is Joe Coffee. There we go. And actress Ortiz. Look at that. Another entertainer. Anna, maybe? Don't think. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I do know who this is. Was she in one of the recent Scream films? I might be thinking of the wrong person. Just barely open would be ajar as in a door. Okay, so it is Anna Ortiz. And then traveling caller perhaps is a ref. So, oh, yes, I see. Because they call it. So in basketball, I think this is, if you aren't sufficiently dribbling the ball and you're sort of holding on to it, you could be penalized for traveling. So there we go. So a referee would call that. And then this would be the R. So there we go. That was the Sunday crossword. Very nice. This was a very, very good Sunday theme. It was impressive for this theme to show up on a Sunday because it was a big grid, which means we've got very long thematic answers, and there were quite a few of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these very long, impressively palindromic phrases. So we've got CD case divides AC/DC. Rock group clashes over album art. I guess these are all sort of, and I was going to say they're all headlines, but they're not. This one isn't necessarily. Humble post-game summary from an Indiana basketball player. Pacers selfless recap. I think that one's pretty impressive. Pacers selfless recap. I mean, it sort of flows as language. It's quite impressive that that's a palindrome. This is the most ridiculous one. Slang a request to a German to play it cool. Klaus act casual. K. That K is very funny to me. What happened when the bus went sideways? Narc, in a panic, ran. I enjoy this one for its kind of grammatical precision. I think that's with the clauses. I think that's funny. Not the Klauses. A headline regarding a children's author controversy. Seuss igniting issues. This one's, I think, pretty good as well. This reads very smoothly. And then finally, the other most ridiculous one, voice-activated order for cabbage or soda bread is Irish side dish theory, a ludicrous collection of words. But there we have it. A very impressive set of palindromes from a very experienced constructor. Well done to Jeff Chen for this big Sunday grid. I really appreciated and enjoyed that one. So there we have it. Hope you enjoyed it as well. I'll be back tomorrow for the smaller, quicker, but still themed Monday puzzle. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.